Okay, come on.
Come on, Junior.
Yeah.
Okay. So, Vietnam. The country of lush rice fields and misty mountains and, well, probably the best damn food in the world, to be honest with you. I've always wanted to visit this country, and I've been intrigued with it since here in my hometown. Growing up, there were a lot of people with Vietnamese origin of my age in school. And, well, that's because the Vietnamese were one of the first large immigrant groups to arrive to Finland. Came by boats. They were called the boat people, the boat refugees, venepakolaiset in Finnish. And for me, along the road, 2 years ago especially, when I met my fiance, who is Vietnamese origin, I got, thrusted into the culture of Vietnam, and really wanted to experience it by myself, or for myself, to see it with my own eyes and to find out really who are the Vietnamese, where do they come from, and I'm gonna take everyone who wants to listen and who wants to join me on the journey to come along. So we bought tickets to Vietnam, to Ho Chi Minh City. We're leaving in 2 weeks. So join you then. Alright, it's 1:20 p.m. and our flight leaves at 7. So we're gonna do some final shopping before our flight. So my friend from Porvoo, who is in Vietnam right now, who we're gonna meet, I guess she's missing Finland because she asked me to bring some rye bread, so this is what she wanted.
Anh bán đi mọi nỗi buồn để chẳng còn gì ngoài thanh thản. Em ơi anh muốn nuôi tôi đến anh không phải thất tình, muốn quên một bóng hình em để lại trong tim. Anh không thể đếm đã có bấy nhiêu đêm phải kiếm thêm một lý do cho cuộc tình không tên. Anh đã thức xuyên đêm, anh đã cố gắng để quên em, nhưng anh biết trong con tim anh không đành. Màn đêm xuống muốn buông tay, sầu răng kín nỗi nhớ đông đầy, anh đang chất dần ngày từng ngày em ơi.
Wow, just went through airport security and check-in, and all within like 10 minutes. Amazing. Love the Helsinki airport.
Nhớ em rất nhiều, em ơi anh nhớ em rất nhiều. Anh nhớ hơn cả nhớ nhà, nhưng em đâu nhớ gì đến ta. Lúc yêu chẳng hiểu, khi chia ly sẽ đau rất nhiều. Đau đến trong tận linh hồn và cuộc đời một màu băng giá. Em ơi anh muốn nuôi tôi đến anh không phải thất tình, muốn quên một bóng hình em để lại trong tim. Anh không thể đếm đã có bấy nhiêu đêm phải kiếm thêm một lý do cho cuộc tình không tên. Anh đã thức xuyên đêm, anh đã cố gắng để quên em, nhưng anh biết trong con.
Just landed in Saigon and it's smoking hot. We're not in Kansas anymore. Well, what a trip. Transfer flight delayed by 3 hours, and the flight took like over 10 hours. So yeah, we're basically very cooked right now. We're so cooked. We need to get some sleep. It's so hard to sleep on the plane. So we're gonna find our Airbnb, check in, and get some good rest.
Đêm xuống muốn buông đầy sầu răng kín nỗi nhớ đong đầy anh đang chất dần ngày từng ngày em ơi.
Rise and shine. So it's 6:30 a.m. and we just woke up and we're getting ready to go out. Gonna be heading out now. Few missions for today. Find some local currency at a good rate to exchange for our euros, and then find a barber, because you know this situation right here needs fixing. Bao nhiêu?
50.
50. Okay, barber success. Nice place they have here. Come on. People around here, they wake up super early, like at 5 o'clock in the morning, because it gets pretty hot, and early in the morning it's not so bad. So people wake up, they go out, and in the afternoon they take naps when it's the most hot, and then again in the evening and nighttime they go out. It's a bit cooler. We might do the same and try to get used to the way of life here.
Em trai được nhiêu tuổi rồi con? Trai được nhiêu tuổi?
Ra từ khi sinh ra là anh trai rồi.
Chứ? Được. Ok, không, cái này. Ok.
3, 6, 9. 3, 6, 9 thôi.
Cảm ơn cô. Kuinka paljon se oli?
Thôi con chỉ một lượt.
Come on.
90 000. 90 000.
90 000. Kaikki yhteensä.
Joo.
So all of this 90,000 down.
Rồi mấy cưng là nguyên một cái tốp đó là chỉ là cái tốp đó mà lấy nước ngoài là như vậy, ta làm mai làm mối và lấy nước ngoài không.
Dạ.
Mà trước khi mà vô nó quen quá và nó là làm lại và mấy trăm triệu đó, cho mình mấy trăm triệu để là đám hỏi đám cưới này họ.
Dạ. Cái đó là mai.
Cái đó là giống như người ta lập mai rồi cái không biết không, cái đầu á người ta làm mai rồi lo giấy tờ này nọ xong rồi.
Thường là đi nước ngoài là Trung Quốc là đi Đài Loan đi hay là
Còn em này là ở nước nào?
dạ ở Phần Lan.
Hả?
Ở Phần Lan.
Năm nay được nhiêu tuổi rồi?
Anh mấy tuổi? Bao nhiêu tuổi? Anh chị?
Ja kuinka vanha? 24. 24.
Nhiêu?
24?
24 4. Con còn nước không?
Cảm ơn Kiều nhiều.
Dạ.
Cảm ơn cô.
Khỏe nha. Khỏe nha.
Đấy nha.
Khỏe nha.
Khỏe nha.
Rồi,
Ok.
mình thứ ba tiên.
Ok, cảm ơn. Saigon was originally a fishing and trading village of the Khmer Empire called Rei Nokor. Later on in the 17th century, the Viet started moving in, settling and conquering new lands, going southwards. That was during the Nguyen dynasty. When the French colonized Vietnam, they made Saigon their capital, which was used to manage the French Indochina, the colonized Vietnam. Behind me is the statue of General Trang Hung Dao. He's a legendary figure who, in the 11th century, held off two invasion attempts by the powerful Mongol Empire. His figure became a national symbol of the Vietnamese resilience and resistance. But the Mongol Empire was not the only superpower Vietnam was able to resist. Fast forward to the 20th century. So after the Second World War, Vietnam was split into two different countries. In the north, the Democratic Republic of Vietnam, and in the south, the Republic of Vietnam. The north was led by the infamous Ho Chi Minh and backed by communist powers like the Soviet Union and China. And the south was led initially by Emperor Bảo Đại and was backed by anti-communist nations like the United States of America. Later on we will go into more details of the Vietnam War, but to put it shortly, the Americans, they were overpowered by the guerrilla tactics of the North Vietnamese, and the war ended in 1975 with the fall of Saigon, or the capture of Saigon by the North Vietnamese. The Americans fled, the Republic of Vietnam was no longer, and this city was renamed Ho Chi Minh City. After the war, Saigon was able to successfully rebuild itself into this now thriving metropolis. The population here is roughly 10 million, but some people say it could be even more if you include all the people that live in other cities and come here, stay here for work. The economy is growing very fast in Vietnam, roughly 6% per year, which is a lot more than in my country, Finland, for the past at least 15 years. A lot of companies, international companies, are moving to Vietnam. Most notable example here in Saigon is Intel with its huge technology park. But like most developing countries, Vietnam also has a problem with wealth inequality, as most people make barely enough to survive, while a growing number of people make millions. Especially here in Saigon, with a millionaire population that is one of the fastest growing in the world. Actually, the millionaire population in Saigon has doubled in the past decade. And you can really see that in certain parts of the city, which are very, very wealthy, and certain parts that are not so wealthy. And I'm sure later on during this trip, when we head more to the countryside, we'll actually see how the average Vietnamese person lives their life. But for now, for a few days more, we're gonna enjoy the big city and what it has to offer. Because in a few days from now, we're gonna be heading southwards to the historical city of Cần Thơ. But until then, stay tuned.